Hello everyone, and welcome to your little dose of bliss. We're going to take the next 15 to 20 minutes to co-regulate, to come back into our bodies, to feel whatever's alive and maybe stuck or contracted that we've maybe been avoiding feeling. And if you're already feeling great, amazing, we're just going to amplify that. But we're going to allow the space for this energy to be honored, to move through you. And in that release, coming back to yourself, to this moment, and to your innate nature of feeling incredible, of feeling blissful. So in this practice, it's a somatic meditation. So we're using the 4 Tantric principles of energy alchemy, of breath, sound, movement, and touch, in order to have this release, this freedom, this play. This is not your typical meditation of silence and stillness. So I invite you now to find somewhere where you feel comfortable. You can do this sitting, lying down, standing. You can move around. So if you start in one position, you can move to another. I really actually encourage that. Like right now, I already feel like switching positions. So just settling into this space and tuning in with your intention for practice today. Why are you here? Maybe it's to learn something new. Maybe it's just to give space for yourself to feel. Maybe you don't even know. Tuning in with your heart, maybe even placing a hand on your heart and connecting to your why. It can be so simple. It's just joy, peace, serenity. And taking this inventory of what are you coming into this experience with? Right? What's alive right now in your body? In your physical body, when you scan through your toes, your legs, your pelvis, your belly, your heart, your throat, your head. What's alive in your physical body? Not judging anything, we're just here to notice, to build this awareness, right? These practices are not about changing what is into some other desired state. It's simply allowing what is and meeting it with love, with presence, knowing that it's all perfect. So taking a scan now of your emotional body. What's alive there? And maybe just choosing 2 words. I'll tune in and see what's alive for me. Ease and a little stress. Right, this is why I created this midday break, because I know I need it. Right, you can already start this movement listening to your body. Now, where's your mental body at? Right, where are your thoughts at? Are they racing, going 500 miles per hour? Are they jumping around from thought to thought to thought? Have you already forgotten what I said? Again, that's perfect. It's what I really want you to anchor in, is that it's all perfect. Because when you start experiencing life and yourself that way, your nervous system can soften. You can soften and open to more of life. More of the juiciness, the fullness that's there. So maybe moving positions again. Maybe beginning to trace your hands along your body somewhere. Right, I'm stroking my leg, but what intuitively would feel really good for you right now? And knowing that if you choose a spot and it doesn't feel good, choose a different spot, right? We're never stuck in anything that we choose. And when we practice here, it's a practice for life. It's knowing that you can always change your mind, your situation, your experience. You don't have to stay in whatever you're in. And so here, I encourage you to begin making sounds with your breath. And just if you could make a sound for what you're feeling in your body right now. So like I'm just letting out these like, because that feels good. But maybe there's some like, in your body, right? So can you play with that? And this can be great, especially if you're alone, where you feel maybe safer and have more freedom, to really just experiment with your sound. Experiment and see what wants to come out. I make the weirdest sounds. This is how I start my day, is just rolling around in bed, making sounds. And so that, maybe you take another position, right? Maybe you even stand up now. Make sure your shirt stays on. Right, we get to giggle and play. And so just making sounds, maybe rolling out your wrists or your neck. That's what I'm doing. Your spine, you can make some circles. Not getting lost in doing this any specific way or how I'm doing it. This is a practice of tuning into you in this moment. Of getting out of your head, into your body, into the felt sense. And just asking the question, what would feel really good right now? Right? And let that be your guide. Like, right, what would feel even better? Is it to move slower? Is it to pause your movement and just notice what has shifted in the contrast? And allowing your belly to soften as you breathe even deeper. Letting that breath, breathing as though you could breathe through your skin. Right, and just fill up on this life force, letting it feel pleasurable. That's why I like making sounds also that can have kind of this, like a sound that feels good, this pleasurable sound like a moan. Because this becomes our mantra in this practice and in life. It's this anchor that reminds us like, oh yeah, this feels good, this is fun, I love that I get to do this. Right, what a gift that I get to spend 15 minutes just feeling my body, feeling my breath, feeling what's being kissed alive in this moment, and meeting that. So if something's coming up that's really tender, right, because as you're moving this energy, as you're regulating, as you're creating safety, oxytocin, pleasure, it tells your system that it can now release anything that's been stuck. Right? So those tears that maybe you didn't cry, you suppressed them because it didn't feel like the appropriate time, or you were embarrassed. That energy got stuck. It got trapped in your system. And so now you have the opportunity to release it, to alchemize it. And so maybe if there's a part of your body you haven't explored yet, can you go there? Right? Like my neck feels so tender and it made those sounds. And so now I'm bringing my hands here with this touch of love. Right? The comfort of our own touch. Notice if your breath stops at all. And then just come back to it. Maybe moving positions again. Ooh, ah. Ah, ooh, ah. Right, we're animals. Sometimes we forget that, right? We're so caught up in the doing and the creating and the money and the life and productivity, right? Our walls, our houses, but we're part of nature, right? We are just like the tree or the bird, the insect, the water. We're the same as all of that. Wow. If you were going one direction, maybe going another direction. I'll always invite you to move more slowly, because the slower we go, the more we feel. And the more we feel, the more alive we become. Right? It's in building this sensual awareness, our ability to sense reality. That's all sensuality is sensing reality. It's feeling more. So maybe rubbing your hands together, just feeling the tip of your finger on your palm. And maybe even looking at your hands and just taking in, noticing the color, the lines, the texture, the beauty that is you. The beauty that is you. And so in this moment, I invite you to explore a little more if there's anything else that's calling to you. I love a good yawn. I can tell I'm getting regulated when I start to yawn a lot. And maybe you're still feeling not regulated, and that's okay, right? This is not about needing to be anywhere. It's simply about giving your space to feel what is alive, and in that, know that it's working, that you are regulating, and that it's all perfect, even if you still feel stressed out. Simply because the more that we practice coming to these spaces of regulation, of ease, of pleasure, right? It's building a pattern of that, a somatic memory of that. So that way it's easier to get back here. We can get back here quicker through the stress or the overwhelm, the fear, the anxiety, because we have a memory of what it's like. But if that memory is not that strong, we're not that familiar with this place, it's going to be harder to get there. So this is why we practice, because then it becomes easier and easier and easier. And then we get to live in this state more and more and more. And so with that, I invite you to come to stillness as we close out our practice. And noticing, once again, doing that scan through your physical body, emotional body, mental body. Just noticing if anything's different. How do you feel now versus when we began? And bringing your hands together in prayer pose, in this space of gratitude. Gratitude and appreciation and celebration. Celebration. For showing up for yourself. For knowing that even if you tuned out and you weren't even present or hear a single thing that I said, that you were here and you still did it. Or maybe you went really deep. Or somewhere in between. Every single thing you experienced was exactly what you needed to experience today. So gratitude and appreciation for that. For the beauty that you are. And always have been and always will be. And maybe just connecting with your heart and asking if there's anything that it wants you to know right now. Listening to that and trusting that. Bringing your lips into a smile as you open your eyes if they were closed. Coming back to the space around you. Maybe noticing a couple of items to really orient you back into this space, this time. Right? I see a plant. I see a candle. I see a pillow. I see a giant dildo. Okay. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Wow, it's such a gift to share this with you. And know that you can come back here anytime. Your body is the drug. You have this power, this ability. Whether it's for just one breath throughout your day, right? Let's say you're stuck in traffic or something happens or someone calls you and yells at you. Like, you don't need to do a whole 15-minute, 20-minute practice. Just even one pleasurable breath of like, can be the reset that you need. Yeah, I'm so happy you were here. So fun to practice together. It's more powerful together. So we'll do this every Monday and Wednesday, and then all of the replays are on YouTube. So that way you can literally practice anytime that you want, when you want some guidance. And I will see you next time. Have a beautiful day. And enjoy, stay warm if you're like me. I'm wearing my jacket everywhere with this rain. Love you.